So, as you know, today is the day that I finally get my first ever therapy session. You know, having to leave at 4 p.m. today, wishing it was for a job interview, wishing that was for, mostly a job interview. Because most of the times when I want to come in late or leave early, I want it to be for that, so I can get the hell out of there as much as I can. But unfortunately, it has come to this. So, you know, this is the main thing. Instead of a new job, it becomes more, how do you say this? So instead of a new job, it's more of mental health. So instead of a new job, it's more of a mental health thing that I have to deal with now. So it's like saying, instead of me getting a new job where I can further challenge myself mentally to improve myself as a person and as an employee, you know, just in general, improving my confidence, improving my self-image. Instead, it just went downhill to now all of a sudden I have to fix myself mentally when it shouldn't have come to that. But unfortunately, that has just been the case. And it just ticks me off that I have to take it. Because I do remember what Lisa said, that she advised the people that work there or who have left to take counseling. In this case, for me, I had to take therapy now. I had to seek mental help, which I'm doing later today. It's not for a job interview; it's for that. It just goes. I've been feeling like crap. You know, ever since Trump became president, this is what, like, all of a sudden, I've become the worst person in the world to some people. Even at home, even at work. Like, I feel like I'm more unvalued and disrespected, you know, because of the self-confidence that I lost. I feel like I'm treated like the worst person ever. Like I have a special needs. Well, hell, in my workplace, I feel like I already have special needs. Because all I do is just sitting there doing nothing. And when I did that flyer for Anna for the Easter thing, it's like, come on, man. All of a sudden, I don't hear anything from it. How do you think I feel as a quote-unquote graphic artist? That's what happens when I'm there for 12 years. Look, I'm not gonna blame Trump directly for my further downfall, but it seems like, you know, ever since he became president, the minute that he became president, you know, all that just happened to me. Yeah, I ghosted my entire friend circle, like the day before Kobe's 5-year death anniversary. Yes, those two spats that I had at home, they're two of arguably the worst ever. And now it's like, and now I feel like I'm like, it just feels like I'm not trusted anymore. I'm being looked at as somebody that doesn't know what to do at all in life. I feel the same way at work because I'm not getting any work anymore. Nobody's ever making me feel like an employee at this point in my 12th year. And that's the exact feeling that I get at home. Well, that's my thinking, but unfortunately that's because my dump has made me think like this. Considering the fact that I'm sitting there doing nothing, it makes me look like an even bigger fool at home. That even when I do something like It's like I don't got no confidence. I'm afraid of making a mistake. That's how dearly unvalued I am. I don't have any more blood flow in my brain when it comes to, like, you know, gaining the confidence that I need. I'm not in an actual workplace anymore. But, you know, this is what happens when, you know, say what you want about Biden and his tenure as president. But as soon as Trump became president, look, he's done one thing right so far, which is the you know, the border and doing the deportation and thing and stuff like that. But unfortunately, you know, when the tariff thing, I feel like it's just worsening my chances of getting a new job, and it's already worsening the economy as it is. And now I'm being looked at and treated as the worst person ever. That's how I feel every single day. That I feel like a nothing. That I feel like I'm treated as the worst person ever once Trump became president. Look, again, I'm not gonna blame Trump for what for my downfalls and my continuing downfalls. But it's like now, it's like my turnover rate has gone drastically high, way above my average, and this was after the first spat I had towards the end of March. Going into April, my turnover rate has drastically went high. I'm sorry. I can't catch a break. You'll almost think like I'm gonna put Russell Westbrook as an example here, because Westbrook once upon a time was a triple-double machine. You know, he still is, but he's not the all-star dude that he was in OKC. And then when he came to the Lakers, it's like the way that he was being criticized is just like how I'm being criticized now, where his legacy got tarnished, that he's being looked at as a nobody, like he's a bum, he's disrespected to a fault. Look, I was never a big fan of Westbrook, but hell, to see him get tarnished like that, look, I was one of those guys that tried to be one of those many that were trying to tarnish his legacy. But then in the end, after he left the Lakers, going to the Clippers, that's when I felt sympathetic for him. Even more so when he got to Denver. Now granted, he revived his role. Yeah, he was playing better, even in this playoffs, making clutch buckets against the Clippers and the Thunder. Well, mostly the Clippers, but you know. But hell, like, but you know, I'm just saying, like, he's not the superstar that he used to be, or the all-star that he used to be. But at least he revived his spirit once he got to Denver. It's just the surroundings that he needed to be in to better his surroundings, you know. And that's what I need. It's not that, like, look, say what you want about my home issues. I mean, the fact that they're just getting worse and worse. It just so happens when you have Trump being president, and just like that, it's just more bad luck on me. It's like I cannot catch a break anymore. I don't have any more peace anywhere I go, and I'm talking about at home or at work. I don't have any peace ever. It's just sad. This is just a sad reality. Under Biden, yeah, I may still be looked at as not to be like the worst version of me at that time, but at least I still had some likability. And now, once Trump became president, I don't feel any signs of likability anymore. I'm sorry. Like, I know Marty reached out to me a couple of times, or just about enough on YouTube until we had that spat, and now things are just getting worse for me socially, and just in life in general. Again, I'm being looked at as the worst person ever since Trump put that tariff thing on it. Once again, anybody that's listening to this video, I'm not blaming Trump. Once again, I'm not blaming him. But it just so happens that when he became president, all of a sudden it's like It's like a curse for me. I'm never being treated as the worst person ever. But now it's gotten to this point. Now that's why I have to seek help. When it shouldn't have come to this. It shouldn't have. I know better than that. I know I should have had a new job a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? I should have had a new job a long time ago. But it has just come to this. Unfortunately. I should have had a new job a long time ago. Maybe like 2022 was my best shot. It's not like I never tried. I've been competitive about it. I even got guys like Johnny like being proud and like, hey, I feel like I had a chance. Things were going well for me. And then all of a sudden, fast forward, this year, I had to seek mental help. It's like I'm starting from square one. It's like I have special needs again. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say again. What the hell am I saying? See now I feel like I'm talking like a special needs person. That's how bad my life has gotten. My life is really one of the worst ever. Especially with this darkness that I'm facing. I feel like a special needs person every single day, at work and at home. I don't have any more confidence. I don't feel trusted anymore. I feel like people don't believe in me anymore. And those videos that I made yesterday about what I thought my friends really thought of me, they stay quiet on me. They have stayed quiet on me. They don't care anymore. Even these current friends, Anastasia doesn't care anymore. Julio doesn't care anymore. Russ doesn't care anymore. Dewey doesn't care anymore. Neil doesn't care anymore. They all don't care about me. I don't have any more friends, dude. If Mari is gonna break up with me as a best friend, have at it. If Sam's gonna do it, fine. At this point, I just feel like I don't deserve any more friends based on what has transpired in my dump. I'm putting this all in my workplace, man. I don't care what Andrew says at this point. This dump has completely corrupted me mentally. And now that Trump has become president to the point where the tariffs have taken full effect, now all of a sudden, I gotta focus on bettering myself as a person. Mentally. Like I have to take some kind of special ed program just so I can overcome it. Like to become a better person in general. I told you, it feels like I'm I'm starting back at step one. It's just sad. Instead of me just trying to flourish my career with several job interviews and shit, now it's come to this. I wanted so bad to prove all my doubters wrong. Oh, stop making excuses. Your job didn't do this, especially Andrew himself, man. Yeah, we're not friends no more, but shit. When I do get a new job, and I've proven myself to be a better person since then, especially the guys like Julio, saying that getting a new job doesn't make you accountable. Well, look, I already held myself accountable, and now I still have to get help. Y'all better watch when I do get a new job. I'll proudly become a better person. I still don't have to have any, I'll still have non-believers, but shit. At least I already have proven to be a better person. It's just that simple. That was where my process is at in 2022. But instead, fast forward to 2025, instead of a new job, instead of another job interview, it's getting therapy. I'm sick of this, man. I'm sick of my life at this point. The people who have been listening to these videos, they can say they're all negative and shit. I don't care if I lose more subscribers, because now I gotta focus on bettering myself, because that's what I've been focused on all the last couple of weeks, or sorry, the last month or so, the last month and a half. I can't catch a break no more, man. This is how I'm being looked at, like I'm the worst person ever in this world, that I'm the worst human being ever. It's just sad, dude. And I'm still gonna be making videos no matter what, or as long as I'm still in this fucking place. I didn't want to, but you know, I still gotta keep going. If people want to hear me out, okay. But all the guys that have probably unsubscribed to me, like Mari, Julio, Carlos, Russ, you know, they ain't gonna hear what I gotta say. It is what it is. I remember, like, when it comes to this dump that I'm in, I just remember strictly, like, my first year, when it was Rico being my lead graphic designer, you know, pushing me. I needed, like, an enforcer like him, you know, guys that, like Rico, that get into my head and make me want to feel like I'm more focused on my job, you know what I'm saying? But that only happened in the first year and a half when he was there. So it's like, I'm not, like, he made me feel like I'm at work. He made me feel like the time that I had, the 8 hours, were valuable. You know, having me do flyers, aside from my website updating, having me do this and that, a few special projects that he had me do. That Centerpoint project that we did together. And these misunderstandings where at one point that we're not talking, but hey, you know what? That was everything that I experienced in a workplace like that, where my pay rate then at $12 an hour was reasonable. Now look where my pay rate is at. It's lower than all of my friends from the No Ballers group. It's probably lower than all of my other friends at this point. Russ is probably already paid higher, like $1 higher than me. That's Super King. Come on, man. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. My life is embarrassing. My life is a disgrace. So you know what? To finish off on this video, hell, I deserve to get treated how I'm treated, even at home, because of what I did. I'm looking at nothing else but myself, and now I gotta get the treatment that I need. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. It's unbelievable, dude. And no, I don't care about no playoffs anymore, dude. This playoffs, like, after all these teams that went out, like the Dallas Mavericks, Lakers, Warriors, even the Nuggets, it's whatever, man. I'm done. Peace.